Toto Wolff's money-making method. When it comes to making money in the world of motorsports, there are few who have been as successful as Toto Wolff. The Austrian-born businessman has been involved in some of the biggest teams and deals in Formula One, and his methods have made him a fortune. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, Wolff sits down with journalist Gareth Davies to discuss his approach to making money in motorsports. Wolff is candid about his methodologies, and he offers some fascinating insights into the world of Formula One. Whether you're a fan of the sport or not, this video is a must-watch for anyone interested in learning how to make money in motorsports. Torger Christian, commonly known as Toto Wolff, is a motorsport executive, investor, and former racing driver who is based in Austria and has a net worth of $1 billion. He is the team principal and CEO of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team, in addition to having a share of 33% in the company. Wolff started his career in motorsports by competing in the Formula Ford Championship in Austria and the Formula Ford Series in Germany. Following his victory in the 1994 24 Hours of Nürburgring, in which he participated and won in his category, he went on to take part in the FIA GT Championship and the Italian GT Championship. In his capacity as an investor, Wolff established March 15 in 1998 and March 16 Investments in 2004. Both firms originally concentrated their attention on internet and technology businesses. He is an expert in strategic investments in medium-sized industrial and listed firms, and some of his previous investments include German HWA and Williams Formula One. Wolff was born on January 12, 1972 in Vienna to a Polish mother and a Romanian father. His mother was Polish and his father was Romanian. His mother worked as a medical professional. He spent his childhood in the city and received his education at the elite French institution known as the Lycée Français de Vienne. When Wolff was just 8 years old, his father received the devastating news that he had brain cancer. After his father received the diagnosis, his parents decided to divorce. During the time when Wolff was a teenager, his father passed away from the sickness. He comes from a Jewish ancestry. Toto Wolff is a name familiar to everyone who has even the most basic understanding of Formula One. A tall and imposing Austrian who serves as the team principal and CEO for the Mercedes-Benz AMG Petronas Formula One team and is responsible for the team's success. Wolff, like many of the other drivers, became something of a celebrity in the paddock during the race. Toto Wolff led the Braun GP team to a total of 8 constructors' titles and 7 drivers' championships during his tenure as team principal. Braun GP was an unlikely but ultimately successful underdog. However, this is not the only thing that brings Wolff's name to people's minds. Wolff was recruited to serve as a team principal in Formula One due to his outstanding skill and ability in business. Wolff works his way from project to project and company to business, identifying and solving difficulties along the way and raking in a tidy amount of money. Toto Wolff is said to have a net worth that is over an estimated $540 million, which puts him in the position of being the wealthiest F1 team principal in the paddock. Now let's talk about the early years of Wolff's career as a banker. During an interview in 2016 with UBS, Wolff discussed the things that motivate him. A buddy of his who was 17 years old at the time competed in the German Formula 3 series, which is a feeder series for the Formula One World Championship. Wolff admits that racing was all that mattered for a few years, but eventually he came to the conclusion that he wasn't skilled enough and that he was too tall for the cars. Wolff made a career change and started working in the financial industry in Warsaw, Poland. This was the place where the young businessman honed his skills as an investor. The next step, which he had to do in order to follow in the footsteps of other great financial brains who came before him, was to go it alone and establish his own company. As Wolff asserts, we are in a world of experts, and the most important step in achieving your goals is to recognize your strengths. For Wolff, this meant capitalizing on the rise in technology that occurred during the dot-com period. The first of them was a corporation known as March 15, which was founded in 1998. It was replaced by Mark 16, which was established in 2004. The specific investments made by these corporations, along with those made by the majority of the financial services sector, seem to be cloaked in obscurity. However, you may have peace of mind knowing that these two venture capital companies successfully rode the wave of the dot-com boom and moved into other industries prior to the fall of the dot-com industry and the recession that began in 2008. In addition to putting an emphasis on technology, Wolff also made investments in the racing engineering of touring cars and rally vehicles. One of these investments was made in HUA Racelab, which is the organization that is in charge of operating the Mercedes DTM racing team. Wolff, who owned 49% of the firm, was successful in listing it on the Frankfurt stock market in 2007, which resulted in his most certainly gaining a substantial quantity of money once again. At this point, it is essential to provide a definition of what exactly is meant by the term net worth. A person's cash on hand, in addition to whatever assets they may possess, make up their net worth. Consider things like automobiles, residences, investments, enterprises, and salaries. Wolff spread his investments out over all of these different areas, bringing in a substantial wage and carrying out a huge number of astute investments. How Wolff became involved in the racing industry and started investing in it. The world of motorsport, much like that of horse racing, is mostly the preserve of the wealthy. In order to enter the paddock and compete in a championship, competitors must first demonstrate that they have the financial means to purchase, store, and service highly specialized equipment. Because of his enormous success in finance, he was able to find opportunities to generate money in areas that were close to the sport that he loved. The Mercedes-AMG F1 team claims that Wolff pursued his love even further in the year 2002. The purpose of this was to manage up-and-coming racing drivers, and I entered into a joint venture with Mika Hakkinen. Valtteri Bottas, who was Lewis Hamilton's devoted tail gunner for many years, was the one of these drivers who would go on to become a household name. Wolff utilized a portion of his income to participate in racing, demonstrating even more his credentials as a gearhead, participating in the F1 GT World Championship and claiming victory in the 24 Hours of Bahrain race in 2006. Wolff is now an investor in both Aston Martin and Williams F1, where he has stakes in both companies, serving in the role of executive director in the latter. Due to the fact that Wolff is the CEO of Mercedes Formula One team and has a share of 33% in the company, he has a greater desire than almost anybody else for the team to finish in the top three. Wolff accomplished a remarkable feat when he combined his expertise in business with his lifelong interest in auto racing. Wolff was questioned by Mercedes in 2012 about the team's recent struggles and asked for his feedback. While Mercedes had Nico Rosberg and Michael Schumacher competing for them, the team sat impoverished at the back of the pack and often finished outside of the points. This was a common occurrence. It was an intriguing proposition from Mercedes, which asked Wolff to serve as both an investment partner and team CEO. Since it was in Wolff's best financial interest for the team to be successful, Mercedes made this request. How Wolff is raking in millions of dollars to Mercedes. According to Mercedes-AMG F1, Wolff began with a 30% share in the team, but over time, this climbed to 33%, putting him on equal footing with Ineos and Daimler AG. As a direct consequence of this, Wolff receives each and every item of Mercedes F1 product that is cut. It is true that his decade-long salary of many millions of dollars was a significant factor in his success. Many people have the misconception that there is a lot of money to be made in the sport. Nevertheless, the cost ceiling in 2022 will be $140 million. To this point, there has not been a single squad that did not make it to the finish of the season. If we compare this to a typical Premier League soccer club, we see that this amount represents the potential payroll budget for an entire season. In that interview with UBS, Wolff conveys a powerful message. You can't change the world on your own. You need others to help you. You need a team. The key to the success of the team is having the appropriate members on it. After taking these steps, Wolff was able to effectively make his fortune in the sport that he loves. The globe-trotting entrepreneur and his wife Susie Wolff, who is also a recognizable figure from the Formula One paddock, seem to lead a life that is relatively subdued. In addition to that, Susie Wolff is the CEO of Formula E's Team Rocket. The Mercedes-Benz lifestyle is complete for the pair since they have chosen to reside beside their collection of Mercedes-Benz automobiles. Thanks for watching our video on Toto Wolff's money-making method. We hope you found it interesting and informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one.